Welcome to Digital Toolbox. I'm Scott, and in this tutorial we're going to go over the graph mapper button. So here, just from the range and function tutorial, we have a sine curve based on the domain and range, so we can edit the number of items and the number of items and the number of steps, and then that's sent through a sine function. So with the three variable function, with the sine in it, we can edit a sine curve with different period and a different amplitude. So here I can toggle the amplitude. We'll just keep it at 1 right now, and then the period can go up from 1 as well. But if you don't want, if you have an integer defining it and you want a little bit more tweak in the value without a floating variable, you can go into parameters, special, right by panel, and number slider is graph mapper. So the graph mapper is a visual representation. It gives you a graph. So you right click and graph types are, you can get a Bezier graph, a linear, all sorts of different graphs to toggle values. So we'll just grab the linear one, and we'll run the period through that. So you need a number to define it, and then you can take the linear line, and then the slope of that line is multiplied by the input to change the period of this curve. But it would change any function that you want. So if we amp the period up to 2, it's multiplied by 2, but then we can still tweak the period accordingly. Same with the amplitude. We can just copy it down and run it through the amplitude, and you can see that the amplitude will update accordingly. So play around with the other different types of graphs. This is a good way of just using the graph mapper to derive numbers.